Right. Ask me.
Why?
Huh?
Why are you dressed like that, bro?
Why am I dressed like this?
We're getting MOBOs after this.
Well, as I wasn't invited to the MOBOs and I was nominated,
Yeah.
I thought, you know what? I couldn't wear it on Wednesday. I'm wearing it today.
And because I would love to have sat in the audience in this wonderful jacket to observe my friend getting an award, but he didn't even attend, I thought I'd wear the jacket as well.
Right then. And I love that.
Come
right,
on.
brother, come on, man.
Feels like a MOBO.
Come on, right,
It feels like a MOBO.
Exactly.
This might as well.
I love
This
the
is
jacket.
more organised than the MOBOs, to be fair.
Oh my God. Bro. Oh my God. I don't even know where to start.
Can I ask you, can you start from the place where, just so everyone's fully aware, when you first received the information about being nominated, how did you feel?
Before I even do that,
Okay.
before I even do that, everything that I will say today is just my story. Yeah? I'm not going to tell
Baby
anyone
Sham.
else's stories. Huh?
Baby Champton.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not telling anyone else's story. I'm not going to do that. Everyone else has their story to tell and all of that type of stuff. I'm just going to say from my perspective, you know, I'm also a person who don't like to use my platform to batter anyone. So I also just want to make this super clear, yeah? The energy that I'm bringing today is not personal. If it's personal, then I wouldn't bring it up. Yeah?
That's fair enough.
Right? If it was personal, I wouldn't bring it up. So I need that to be super clear when I say some of the things I'm going to say today. But, bro, do you know what? Like, to give some context, yeah? You see with the MOBOs and award shows and that, yeah? Honestly, make the Lord strike me down now. I do not place any of my value in award shows. You see, like, even my dreams and aspirations, yeah? When I look at my dreams and aspirations, Poe, there's not an acceptance speech. Like, I don't visualize in my dreams, like I'm going to take an award and accept something. My dreams and my aspirations are different to those type of things. Do you get what I'm saying? But in the beginning, it wasn't that. I remember there was a time here where, like, my value was in places like the MOBO Awards. It was like, you know what? I was seeing my closest friend having a certain level of success with the artist that he was working with or whatnot. And I'd go to certain places with him and I'd be like, bro, fam, like, I'd love to just be here on my own right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'd love to just be a part of that. And I started to realize that a lot of that energy came from a place of acceptance. Then I had a change in perspective. So I wasn't really like, all of a sudden, I just started to just find value in putting my head down and just doing my thing. And, you know, the things that I started to place these values in sort of disappeared. And I felt free for that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it was freeing to be able to think, nah, like, I don't even get FOMO in watching it. Like, it's just, I'm now at a place where something that doesn't mean much to me, but means something to somebody else, I can still congratulate you for. So if you put your value in that and you won, I would be happy for you because I know that you placed your value there. Even though it means nothing to me, I'll be like,
to see you happy.
I'm happy to see you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I was with it. I'm just trying to find my peace. So anyway, with that being said, I'm in my yard one morning or whatnot, and then I woke up and I saw that I was nominated for a MOBO Award. So I was like, oh, that's like, I like that. Like, I have respect for that.
That's nice,
yeah,
man.
man. Like, I genuinely, honestly, I didn't jump up out of my bed and throw on a different box of shorts and go like, it was, and do you know what is even more funny, Poe, yeah, actually, as we're going to be this honest. Sometimes, because of my mindset and the way that I see certain things, I'm sometimes quite funny about telling my mum certain stuff because my mum gets overly happy.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Do you tell your mum?
I told her, I was like, I didn't tell her straight away though. I was doing what I was doing throughout the day, and then I spoke to her later on in the day and we was just talking, and I was like, oh yeah, like today I got nominated for a MOBO Award. She's like, what? She can't believe it. Next minute now she's in group chats and this person's hitting me and that but obviously I don't want to be a party pooper. I'm still like, oh yeah, thanks or whatnot, but my level of excitement probably isn't the same as yours, but I understand it. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like,
1,000,000%.
I'm just like, it's nice, but that same energy I don't feel it, but it's nice though.
You're
Cool,
involved,
whatever.
that's why. When you're an outsider, things always look more glorious than it actually is.
100%. So from then I was like, you know what? Yeah, it'll be nice to just go there and just kind of experience it as like a nominee or whatnot. Although I've been there a few times and that, yeah, it'd be good to experience that. And also, literally 10 years, almost to the date, I was on stage with Angel, because I was Angel's DJ and he performed there, yeah. So like, and I always remember that because that was good. At that time, I remember this was like me wanting to be involved and be there. And even though he was the artist and I was the DJ, that felt good. You get what I'm saying?
Of course, you're there for a reason, bro.
100%. So I'm like, all right, cool, yeah, boom. All right then. Well, firstly, I looked at the picture that they used, yeah, for as promo, and the picture that they used of me, bro, is literally, it's about 14 years old. It's it's my first ever promo picture. I didn't even know back then when I took that picture. I didn't even know there was something called press shot. I didn't even know that.
So there's no hair on your head. It's just the.
There's no.
I hate them photos. Yeah. I love you, so I can just tell you the truth. Yeah. I hate them photos.
So do I. I don't like them.
I like you with hair.
Yeah, same.
It complements the face.
Right.
This.
Yeah,
carry on.
That was a glow down.
Yes.
That was a glow down.
But then maybe at the time
it was a light glow, but now it's a glow down. Yeah, I can't go there again.
You can't go there again.
You're mad.
Like MOBOs, but carry on.
Strong. So anyway, now, boom. So I've seen that and I'm like, that is a super, that's my very first, like, maybe the person who's doing press might not know what I look like. Because I'm like, clearly I don't look nothing like that anymore. So to find that picture was just super odd to me. But sometimes it's minor, like people fight, like they just do that. And I have to kind of recorrect them. Like, no, if you even if you're going to go on my Instagram and you're going to take a screenshot of one, you'll find pictures of me. Like, you'll find them. Boom. So I emailed them. I told them, yo, could you change that picture? And so I can, whatever. So they changed it for me. They was responsive in that. Then I got an email that said, congratulations. You've been nominated, boom, bang, bing.
Come on.
To confirm your attendance now, email this address.
Dope.
It's also got like the how their thing works. So it says like basically you're a platinum VIP. You got to pay like £50 plus VAT for something and the other. I'm not even sure what they said it was for.
It's not a problem.
Minor. Then your first guest is £2. Your second guest is £270, I think, or £275. Your third guest is £4. Something like that, and then I think your fourth guest after that is $490, and then every guest after that is like $490, and they're all platinum VIPs. Yeah. So what they want is your name, and they want your guest names and that too, so they can then send you an invoice of what you have to pay. Yeah.
That doesn't feel right to me, but carry on.
Right. Now, I'll tell you what didn't feel right to me, to be honest with you, is that, like, obviously I know it's a money thing, all of that type of stuff, but the thing that didn't feel right to me was that in the email it didn't say that you're only entitled to a certain number. And the reason why I said that is because I was thinking, right, okay, say if someone's got like big racks, yeah, and they just buy a whole load of them, and then someone else just buys a whole load of them, then doesn't that potentially leave spaces for people that could be important, that need to be there, out of the equation? Surely you would have to limit the amount of people that are gonna like buy them, no? But maybe that was just me being a cynic, because I'm thinking, maybe I'm just looking too deep into it. Anyway, I'm not even buying loads. It's just me and my brethren. So anyway, send an email, right? Send an email. I never got nothing back. 48 hours, I never got nothing back. Send another email again. Mm-hmm. Never got nothing back.
No, you got something back, no?
No,
nothing.
Nothing. I didn't get a no.
No response. No hello.
Response. Nothing.
Even Lionel Richie said hello. Come on.
Right. So then I sent another one. Nothing. So then I emailed the lady that had emailed. She's been emailing me for years or whatever. I said to her, yo, I've sent my thing a couple times or whatnot, and I haven't heard anything. So she's hit me back with 2 people in the CC saying, oh, sorry about that. Boom, 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 boom. There's 2 people in the CC that's going to let you know what's going on or whatnot. And then at the bottom it said, could you please let Chuckie know what's going on? So I responded to that and I said, well, actually, I didn't respond straight away. I waited to see a response, but I didn't get a response. So the next day, I emailed...
Wait, you say you're waiting to get a response from the other 2?
From the people in the CC.
CC, okay, makes sense.
So, but I didn't get that. So the next day, I kind of said, thank you for that. I'll just wait and find out what's going on kind of thing, innit, yeah?
Fair dues.
Fair dues. Nothing.
So like, all now you haven't got an email.
Nothing. But no, it's not done.
Oh,
It's not done.
there's more.
There's a lot more.
Let's make it juicier.
Yeah, right. We might as well go.
No homo. Carry on.
Right. So anyway, boom, nothing. So then now, I've emailed again because I've asked like, oh, I still haven't heard a response or whatever else. Then I got an email from someone else saying, oh, we've been trying to email you. Apparently, it's not been going through. And then underneath it was the original email that I first got. Remember what I said to you? Congratulations.
So they lied and said they've been trying to email. This is not a phone call.
So anyway,
Did they try and send the email on airplane mode? Like, this stinks. You can't make up these lies.
so anyway, now there's a next part that says, so underneath it just said, congratulations again, you on your nomination or whatever. To confirm your attendance, email, and it's got all of the same information that I got originally. So I then emailed back and said, I've done this a couple of times already, but I'll do it again. So I sent the information with that email address, the confirm at MOBO whatever, with everyone in the email too. So everyone's there. Yeah? So the people in the CC, the original lady that has been emailing me for years, and then this email address that they're telling me, yeah? So I've emailed everyone.
Anything?
Nothing.
Alicia Keys.
Nothing.
No one.
Nothing.
I just think.
I'm not done.
Oh, there's
I'm
more.
not done. There's more.
I thought that was the Noriega tune done. Nothing. There's more.
So anyway, now
Go to.
I've sent an email again to find out like what's going on, like because I hadn't had a response. Nothing. Wait. There's one more. I emailed the day before now.
That's
the
cool.
award show. So
Okay.
now we're approaching the day before the award show.
Have you even gone out for it yet? Because big man, you need time to prepare.
So this was I can get to that actually while we're here. So like, I didn't know what I was going to wear. A couple people gave some suggestions or whatever. But because everything was so up in the air, I bought something clean. I bought something clean. Yeah.
Well, this is clean.
But then I thought, wait, I didn't even end up doing the other spruce because I didn't know what I was doing. And I thought, I don't know if I want to spend all this money, and I don't know whether I'm going or not. But then when the shirt came, I thought it's minor because if I don't go, I can wear this on New Year's Eve because it's clean. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's clean. Yeah?
You got to start thinking forward.
Right, exactly.
Come on.
So anyway, the day before now, and the good thing is, as a man, is that all essentially, if it does come through, all I need to do is just buy some trousers or whatever, or I got trousers, go and buy some shoes. It's calm. For a woman, it's different. For a woman, sometimes they need a lot more time, whatever
course.
else and that. Yeah. So I have the benefit of that. So anyway, the day before the MOBO Awards, bearing in mind, so I sent an email on the Sunday or the Saturday? I can't remember. Nothing. I emailed now on the Tuesday, and the Tuesday morning to find out what was going on. Is there someone there? You're making me feel uneasy. Maybe it was them trying to.
No, I think the door wasn't fully closed, and every time the other door opens, the air vacuum kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Kanye King. Like,
Yeah, so that's what I thought. Yeah. So anyway, boom. I've emailed the day before now, yeah? Yeah, like, I can't even remember exactly what I said, but it was basically along the lines of, is there any information yet on what's going on? Like, because I'm conscious of the fact that it's the day before, and I still haven't even had the link to pay. Bear that in mind. I ain't even, not forget the ticket to come in. This thing that I have to pay for and that, I still didn't even pay that. So, like, is there anything going on? Nothing. So now at this point, yeah, I'm saying to myself, if I don't hear anything from by 5 o'clock, I'm just not going.
fair enough.
And even if they hit me at 1 minute past 5, I'm just not even going now. I'm just at that point, I just checked out. Because for me, I'd sent a good amount of emails and stuff like that. I'd spoken to an artist in particular. I'm not going to say his name. This is for him to tell his own story. And I said to him, "Yo, big man, have you got a ticket? Like, what's going on with you?" And he said he hasn't received the ticket yet. Bearing in mind on the email, it said that they would send the tickets by the 26th of November, I believe. At this point, it was the 28th. So he didn't have a ticket there. Or was it, what day was it? I think the MOBOs was on the 30th, innit? So it was the 29th now. He hasn't had a ticket, but he's paid his money though.
So he's paid money for a
7.
ticket. What?
He's paid money for 7. Right? He's paid money for 7. But he hasn't had a ticket. So I'm saying, all right, boom, well, all right, cool. I've just told him my situation or whatever else. He's a nominee, by the way.
He's a nominee.
He's a nominee.
So he had the same amount of tickets as the woman with the dwarfs.
Strong.
Snow White.
Yes. Right? So anyway.
This is mad.
So anyway now, I'm like, cool. It's got close. When it got to like 4:30, I'm like, yeah, do you know what? It's not even happening. Cool, it is what it literally is what it is. I was so, although I thought it was unprofessional, I just thought, okay, cool. They have their way of doing whatever they're doing. It's whatever it is, yeah. So I've resided to that. But then like, I spoke to a friend of mine on the phone, yeah. And this is the part where I did get a bit agitated. Now, what this friend said to me was coming from straight love. Also, bearing in mind that we do think different, and I always understand that. I understand that, like, in this world, we all have different mindsets. We all see things differently, and all of that type of stuff. Yeah. So, like, I don't even want to attack her for that because I understood what she was saying when she was saying it, even though we're just different. Her thing was, nah, you know what? Get in contact with them. You need to be there. You deserve to be there. You need to go and do the red carpet, take pictures, like you should be there. Like you should, like, no, you should be there. Hit up Kanye King, do this, do that, whatever else, yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'm just not on it. Because I'm like, I've already sent a bunch of emails. Like, they know that I've hit them.
What's that person's position amongst this? Are they just
Nah, it's not an industry thing. It's just,
God bless them then, man. I love that.
So it was coming from a place of that.
Trust
Do you get
me,
what I'm saying?
God bless them.
Yo, no, hit her up, this, that, boom, 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 boom. And I'm saying, nah, like, but then it was like, you know what? Just like drop the pride a little bit, man. Like, you need to be there and you need to, and like, I came off the phone and I thought, maybe I should. Like, maybe I should. You know, like I'm starting to question it. Nah, this ain't really me or whatnot. Anyway, cut a long story short, me, Kanye King, spoke. And she said to me, wait, let me go back to my team and find out what's going on. So she went back to her team or whatnot. She's come back to me. She said, apparently they've been emailing you and it's not going through. I'm going to give such and such your telephone number so that you can sort it out. So I said, all right, cool. And I need you to understand, at this point, remember, it's after 5 o'clock.
Yeah, so you already said,
everything that's happening right now is outside of who I am as a person now. Whatever conversation, whatever text message is outside of who I am. Because who I am is, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm all right, it's fine. Like, it's fine. So now I'm doing stuff outside of who I am. Cool. I get a text message at 12 at night now, yeah? Around that time, from a colleague or whatnot. Hey, we would love to accommodate you. Can you send me your name, address, your guest name, and a different email address, yeah? I said, all right, cool. So I've done that. Then I get an email on that different email address saying testing. I sent an email back saying received. Then I got a text message back, an email back with 2 people in the CC again, saying, hey, yeah, we'd love to accommodate you, blah, blah, blah. Then it had like, basically, she'd copied everything that I'd said in the text and then put it in the email. So I was a little bit confused at who these people were or whatever, but it was like, okay, cool, she's just doing her works, innit, yeah?
What happened after that?
Nothing.
What you want to do, nigga? Nothing.
Right. So now it's not done. So anyway now, yeah, again, stepping outside of who I am, it's MOBO Day. I've sent a message at 12 o'clock. Yeah. And I said, hey, I still haven't had a response back from such and such and the other. And I got a text message back saying, do you want me to read it to you?
Yes, please.
Read it to you.
I told man though.
All right.
East Africa.
I got a text message that said, just finding room for you on our tables. So it's still a bit of work in progress. Sorry.
Oh.
Wait.
My
Still trying to find room.
God.
Still trying to find room. I said, now, Poe, I'm like this. I'm biting my fist for people who can't hear or see. So I didn't respond to that. So then I got an email that said something about, hey, like she had emailed somebody or the other with me in it, and it was like the finance team or something. Yeah, they were chasing the finance team or some shit. So now, the person who I'm coming with has messaged me and said, you know what, I'm not coming. Like, it's long. I got my utes, like I don't even know what's going on. It's long. Like, what is the cutoff point? Like, I'm just not even coming. So I was like, cool. So here's the last two
you've upset your brethren.
Here's the last two correspondence, because this is the most important part now, yeah? So now, boom, I've hit back in a text message. Remember, I've stepped outside myself again. I said, the person who I'm coming with actually isn't coming anymore. So I'm going to actually just be on my own. Do you know what I received back? A thumbs up. A thumbs up. I got a thumbs up. I got a thumbs up.
Look at it.
It's this.
Let me see.
It's this one. I think it's the one just.
That doesn't feel very MOBO. That feels kind of like I got a tan.
No,
I don't know.
I know it is because if I tell you the name, then it would make sense. But
I don't care about the name. The name gave you a thumbs up. Do you know when I get thumbs up, babe? I can't even make it tonight. You know. I don't even want to eat.
But wait. So you know what the last correspondence was?
Uh-oh.
The last one. Got you. I got an email. Yeah. 4:30ish. Remember the MOBOs, like, we're supposed to be there around 6ish. You don't know where I live. I could live far. I could. It does turn out that I only live 15, 20 minutes away from MOBO. But I could live far. 4:30. I get an email. It said MOBO something or the other. I open up the email. It was an invoice for £60.
At least it wasn't 70.
Invoice for £60 at 4:30 p.m. p.m. An invoice for 60 quid to get in. Oh my God! I said, yo. I said, oh my God. I said, I laughed. Bro, I laughed. I thought, what? Like, you know, at this point, yeah, I started, now let me go back to like what my brethren was saying about, you know, drop the pride aside and whatnot, yeah, just quickly. You know, one thing that and I know this already, I knew this before. You see, when you're working on something, yeah, and you're building something that is very important to you, and you have been working on that for a long time, it is very important to have a sense of pride.
Oh yeah.
It's really important to have a sense of pride, and with that sense of pride, it's very important to understand worth and how you should be respected. Do you get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Like, that is super important. And I think, yeah, when I started to hear like some of the other stories and all the other things that was going on or whatnot, I'm saying to myself, this is not what this is supposed to be. This award show, what it's supposed to be, yeah, and what it's supposed to represent, yeah. So I'm separating it from like just the other award shows that may be bigger, smaller, or whatever, but they're just there for whatever it is. What this is supposed to be, which is a celebration of black music and black elements of black culture, yeah. There's not supposed to be a hierarchy in how you treat people, especially with the nominees, yeah. Even if it's just for 1 week, yeah. If you have a group of people that you've nominated just for 1 week, yeah. Because I understand that, like, sometimes for some people, whether it's conscious or unconscious or whatever, they're going to treat people differently. That's just the way that some people work, innit? But if you are having an award show that is celebrating black elements of black culture and, you know, music and whatever else, yeah, to have a hierarchy on who you treat better than the other stinks to me. There was people out there that could not get in, that nominees that could not get in for 3 hours. That's unacceptable. That is
Wait,
unacceptable.
That sounds
Free-
like me, Pierre, and Posty in 2011. Please continue.
Bro, like being a nominee, yeah, and being outside for that long is unacceptable. It's it's that level of unprofessionalism is mental to me. But it showed already. It's like, okay, cool. You see, maybe for them, the way that they're looking at me is, well, one, he's not gonna win. Two, he's not Harry Pinero. He's not Chunks. He's not Idris Elba. He's not. There's no level of importance there really. So let me just handle this first, irrespective of whether he's a nominee or not. Let me handle this. Let me make sure we get all the bread from the
Top
labels
dogs.
or whatever, or whoever else it may be. And then what we'll do is whatever's left, we'll try to accommodate you after. Maybe you would expect that from different award shows, but for something that is supposed to represent something, it's mental. And I just think as well, yeah, that from the outside looking in, especially for a lot of people, they'll just like see the show and whatever, and they'll see the pictures of everyone and the videos and whatever, yeah. And it looks like everyone's having a great time. But for the MOBOs to have existed for 25 years, and you speak to certain people about like, oh, like what's, because some people are like, where are you going? And I tell some people and whatever, and their thing would just be, just the MOBOs. It's just the MOBOs. They're just ridiculous. They're just this, they're just that. And it's like, you've been here for 25 years and it's just common knowledge between so much people that that's just the way that you are. It's unacceptable. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. For me, bro, I had no problem of not going to the MOBO Awards. I promise you, when I tell you, yeah, I had no problem not going at all.
Chuckie, I know you very well.
Bro, I had no problem not going. The thing that agitated me the most was that you disrupted my peace. That's all it was. You disrupted my peace. This idea of like, this is the metaphor, Po. This is exactly what it's like. It's like, I'm in my house. Say this is my yard right now. We're just here, we're just vibes. We're just doing our thing.
Keep going, I know you're saying.
We're just doing our thing.
I know exactly where you're going. Go on.
We're just doing our thing. We're just vibes and keeping our head down, doing our thing, making whatever impact we're making or whatever. But we're in our home now, yeah? Then the door knocks. You go downstairs, you open the door. Congratulations! You're like, right, who are these people? I kind of recognize some of you, but I don't know. It's us, you're nominated. We're doing something over there. Come! So I'm like, all right, cool. All right, thanks. All right, yeah, all right, why not? You know what I mean? I wasn't thinking about it, but why not? That's nice of you. I'm grateful that you've done that. I go upstairs, I get ready. Yeah, because remember, I've been invited. You've nominated me, I've been invited. You told me to come over there. So, you know, as I'm getting ready, I'm sending a one text to find out what's going on. I can't hear nothing, but it's cool, because you told me to come. I get ready now, send another little text message, can't hear from you, whatnot. All right, let me just go down there. So I go down there, the door closes in my face. Yeah, I'm ringing the doorbell, and now you're making me feel as though I'm begging you to come into a place that I wasn't. You came over here. Do you know what? It's so it would have been so fine for you to just walk past my yard and just go over there. Like, to come and disrupt my peace, tell me to come outside my yard, essentially, and then to deal with me like that is just like, it stinks.
I don't like your friend that told you drop the pride. I watch too much Lion King to do that.
Right. Brother?
I don't even know. What do you say to that?
You know, like, my thing is, yeah, is that I think because I don't put them on a pedestal, and because I'm very aware of like how they have run their thing and the experiences that other people have had or whatever with them, that's not a thing that affects me. But the one thing that I did think about is, you see like that young black youth, yeah? That young black youth who's an artist or a creative or whatever, that, you know, looks at the MOBOs in a certain way, puts them on a pedestal, you know, feels as though that nomination holds so much value to them, and they're so happy and their family's happy about it, and, you know, they're so excited to not only just go and celebrate their own achievements as well as celebrating with other people and being amongst that. To deal with them like that would leave such a strong, mad taste in their mouth. Yeah? And that would be so discouraging for them, because something that they would look up to and that they love and respect so much, dealing with them like that would just be mad. But then also, remember this, yeah, is that it's it doesn't take a genius to work this out. It's like when someone does have a career acceleration, they'll always remember how you treated them in the beginning. All of this stuff is just an illusion. This illusion of acceptance, of like being in a place to make you feel like you are at your higher self and that you are almost achieving something of some high. A lot of that is an illusion to make you feel almost better and stronger about who you are as a person. It's really important, yeah. It's so important to, even in them moments, for me, maybe not for anyone else, but for me, it's like, whether there's an award or not, I have to I know and understand why I'm here. And that has nothing to do with it whatsoever.
The thing is, Chucks, yeah, because as you're saying these things to me, I'm trying to think, like, what the hell do I say to that? Because that's a personal experience.
Yeah.
And I have a personal experience, but not like that. My personal experience is through observation of how they've treated other people that are in a much better position than me at the time. And I look at it and I go, if that's how you treat that person there, what fucking chance am I going to have when I get there? So from that moment, I fucked them off. And they know that. It's not like a secret. I fucked them off. And I wanted to do anything behind the scenes. So anything that happened with MOBOs behind the scenes, I always went. And one of the things I tell you, and there was a lot of people in that fucking room. A lot of people in that room. And I will not go through names, but some of you lot are, you shouldn't be too happy with yourselves. It was 2014. I think 2014 or 2015. And I had a massive argument. I'm talking, there's loads of people in that room. I think Ace is one of the few people that was agreeing with me. And another person that was just saying more than me as well was Mitch. But there was a lot of people in that room, Chuckie. And we were debating the categories. And then one category comes up. And this is the MOBOs. Music of Black Origin. Rap/grime.
That doesn't even make sense.
What? Huh? So me being typical poet at the time, loves throwing his toys out the pram. I throw my toys out the pram and I'm saying the two examples we gave straight away, myself and Mitch, was you're disrespecting JME, Skepta and all of these dons that have come from my area who I genuinely feel are fantastic examples of grime. And you're disrespecting people like, I remember us saying it, Giggs, Blade and all the rappers we were listening to at the time. They have a sonical experience which is completely different, and some of the groups of people that listen to them may live completely different lives. I kind of think like you should judge both genres accordingly, so everybody in each genre gets the credit in which they deserve, because at the end of the day, these are, this is the music of Black Origin, and these are two examples of it. One being a very nuance in grime, and one being an adopted sound from the States that I think we've done pretty well doing. I think we should encourage both genres by themselves. Obviously, I wouldn't have said it this nicely. I was just outraged. Yeah. And I remember Kanye King coming around to me saying, what's the matter? And I looked at her like, what do you mean, what's the matter? Look, how can you do that and say, what's the matter? And I remember saying, how can everyone in the room think this is cool? Why are you not all thinking this is cool? And it hit me right there and then. Boom! In my face, like my mum back in the day when she threw a vase. But I did duck. That unfortunately, and maybe I was privy to it because I was at Copa and I was doing everything, but I didn't look at that position that I held as some hierarchy thing to everybody. My thing was, let's just work with everyone, let's have a good time. And what I've clocked now, from not being in a similar position, I can outrightly say that honestly, that award ceremony is about self. It's not about being black, it's not about being white, it's not about anything. It's about what can we do at the time to make some money. It's an absolute horror show. It's always been a horror show. It doesn't mean there's not beautiful things that happen. There are always beautiful things in moments of adversity. Yeah, I'm not going to say there isn't. There are some fantastic individuals that have gone on to change their life and have good things that come off the MOBOs. So I'm not speaking about the participants that come in and are privy to some of the results of what happens, being a winner or what have you. Forget them. I'm talking about the actual organisation, the people running it themselves. It's all about self. And I used to try and be nice about it. I don't really care. I don't need a lot of things. I'm so happy to knowing that. Chuckie, you don't need a lot of things. MOBO can't survive without the people.
100,000,000%.
And I've always tried to credit the people. MOBO don't do that. MOBO is very time sensitive. MOBO is very hierarchy sensitive. and MOBO is very pretentious. And I just want them to just be honest about it. Even black people have created this hierarchy within black people.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
like it.
Definitely.
They like to do this whole Western world agenda. My G, you're making a Western world agenda within black music. And I don't like it.
Yeah,
Unless you're making a particular sound, you're not part of this group of people. Well, I'll tell you one thing. That MOBO Award, some of that black music is white. How about that? Some of that black music, when you go to their concert, there's probably more individuals that you can't relate to than you can relate to. That's the reality of what we're dealing with. And these things are not issues as long as we're honest about it. Because this is the MOBOs, music of black origin. I can give people a timeline since 2011 to up until now why this thing is an absolute shambolic embarrassment. If it's meant to be the music of black origin, you're meant to be educating. What the fuck have I learning from you? Like, Kanye King, you're older than everyone. You should be telling us, like, musical journeys within this country every year from the time it was maybe not so privy to now, so we can keep celebrating our journey, so we can look at our history and go, fuck yeah, now look what was happening in the 70s, look what we're doing now, we got multi-millionaires. That journey is beautiful. It just sort of starts at I was signed, I'm a millionaire, which is like a 1 year journey. Like, what the fuck are you not doing?
Well,
no respect.
Yeah, like the time sensitive thing I think is a good point actually, because someone came to me and said to me, I was having a proper conversation about it, and then they were talking about whether the MOBOs have got better at doing certain things, and I'm like, well, do you know what? And I think that came from a place of like being better at representing elements of like black music and like all the different varieties within the culture, yeah. But I was saying to him that like I don't know if that is the case. Time would have to work out whether that is the case, because we're proven to know that at a time when we needed them, they actually wasn't there. It's easy to be here now because black music is just it is what it is. You see, like if now we go for a stage where house music is a thing again and dance music is a thing again, what happens then? Because when that was a thing, when house, dance, pop and all of that was a thing, it was reflected within MOBO Awards. And that was probably the time at the most where, you know what, in that bit of struggle, we probably needed you to struggle with us a little bit too. Do you know what I mean? Like, and still within that struggle, highlight what is within the acronym, music of black origin. But they didn't do that at the time. Now it's easy to do it now. It's easy to do it now when flipping, you know, we're at a stage now where, you know, K-Trap can do Coco twice in a row and he can tour the country. I mean, that's still something that I don't normalize. I just think that's just the coldest thing. Like, I remember a time when that was just, we couldn't even think about the thought of that happening. Someone like him doing Coco. It's easy to do it now when, I don't know, Dave can do O2 Arena twice in a row now and do arenas up and down the country. It's easy to do it when, you know, Koji Radical can now do Brixton Academy. It's easy now because, like, these youths love what's happening over here, and it's probably going to be like that for a long time. What happens when there's a change, though? We can judge it by the change. When I don't even think the thing is so strong now that I just think that it would take so long for there to be a change. So it's very difficult for me to ever say that they have got better in that, because at the time that they was needed, they just wasn't there. But you know what though? Another thing is that, like, obviously rightly so, Kanye should get the brunt of it because of her company and all these type of things. And I think obviously you look at the fact that, like, you know, she's employing staff and these staff are supposed to do a certain type of job.
Brother, she's making tons of money. She's profiting from this situation. This is a fucking job, cuz. If you are representing a sound or a group or anything like that, especially a marginalized group like black people, and you're doing it incorrectly and still making money from it, my brother, who is this about?
I know the rebuttal to this. I definitely know the rebuttal, and I know that sometimes I can be a little bit too nice when it comes to certain things. But I'm like, you know what? Also, when you as an owner, yeah, you employ staff, and I could see that maybe somebody gets to a point where they're saying, yeah, cool, I'm making a lot of money, MOBOs are supposed to mean certain things or whatever, but we need to do a little bit better. So I'm going to employ people that essentially are going to tell me what's going on. Because I think when we get to a certain stage in life, it's very difficult to keep up with what's going on. I always remember the example of my close friend who was at A&R at the time. And he came in one day and told his boss, you know what, I'm thinking about signing so-and-so. And the boss was like, I don't really know about it. So the A&R said, all right, cool. Well, then he just sort of left it. And then someone else ended up signing it. Then the boss came in and started switching up the place saying, yo, how comes we didn't sign this guy? Because this guy ended up going and doing a madness or whatever. Then the person that I know was like, but I told you about him. And you said that you wasn't really too sure about it. And he said, listen, big man, I employ you to tell me what the fuck's going on. So even if I tell you that it's not, that maybe I'm not too sure about it, it's for you to persuade me and to let me know why this person is important and why they should be there. Yeah. And so I use that example to say this is like, if you have a company and you're an older buck and you're not necessarily in touch with what is going on ground and whatever and how certain things are supposed to be, you're supposed to make sure that you have a culture or you employ a culture of people that are fully involved and that know how to delegate within it. Yeah. Now, ultimately, when that doesn't happen, the response, it should fall on your shoulders because you are the owner. But I do say this just to say, like, yeah, there's got to be a look at that. Like, how do you have a company or a group of people who are essentially supposed to be in and amongst this, and they have that same thing that you just mentioned there with this mindset of a hierarchy within black people or black music or black, because essentially that's what it is. Yes. If they saw me a certain way, if maybe my numbers was bigger or I meant more in their mind, bro, they are not dealing with me like this.
I know.
They're not dealing with me like that.
I know.
Because they're not dealing with certain people like this. Like, I know that there's certain people I could have called that their experience would have been so much more smoother because these lot see them differently. But this is supposed to represent something. So for me, even if it means just for 1 week or 2 weeks where you're going to pretend to care. At least act like it.
Well, this is the thing though, Chucks, because I'm breaking down some of the things that you told me, and some of them I don't know. Business-wise, I don't know. I've never had to run a company that big, so I don't know what the outgoings are. But to charge you £60 is a fucking piss take, and I'll tell you why. It's the same day as the actual event. I doubt that you have to charge him £60.
4:30.
4:30. I reckon you could have said, Chuckie, here's a ticket, come, and Chuckie could have sat down on that table very comfortably, because no matter what anybody tells me, Chuckie, it doesn't matter. I've done this job for too long now. I know for a fucking fact not everyone paid.
Oh, no, fact.
I know that for a fact. It's not an opinion. I know, because I have friends. I have loads of friends. I'm a very loved person because I tell the fucking truth, Chucks. And I think I'm actually tired of them. I'm tired of them. I can't even do this in a jokey way and have a laugh about it. I am sick and tired of them. Sick and tired, Chuckie.
Sorry to interrupt, yeah.
Tired, bro.
What they do though is, I think where the money element comes in is that ultimately the labels buy the tables.
Which is fair enough.
So all the labels and stuff buy the tables. So I think for them, what they do is, and I still don't believe this is right, but I think what they do is they say, okay, they've got X amount of tables or whatnot, and they look at which labels are buying which, and then take as much money as they can from that.
Yeah, but this is what I mean. What the fuck is this about, bro?
Then ultimately, maybe what they do is they take that, then they start looking at who needs to be where. So this label's paid for this label's paid for that. Then they'll start looking at some of the nominees. Obviously, you can't deal with Mo, the comedian, is definitely not going to be treated the same way that I'm going to be treated.
But then why?
There you go. This is my point. If you are nominated, if we're all in the same category, there should be no reason why the level of respect that we get is different. Everyone should be, even in just that moment. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Even in just that moment, even if it's just that moment, everyone should have the same level of respect. We're all nominated. What did I
you
say
can't
on
just
turn around and say, all right, you know what, boom, this person I'm going to deal with that way. And then you, like, for me to even hear that somebody, is nominated, someone's nominated, and they are by the guest list, the normal guest list queue, by the way, trying to get in for all 2.5 hours is insane to me. There's a whole next back bit where there's a red carpet and whatever. Like, again, everyone that is nominated, in my eyes, in an award show that celebrates culture, should all be treated with the same respect. I could understand how in a normal guest list, where, you know, you've just got like loads of people that are just coming in from doing or whatever. I understand that things happen. Nominations though, there's not even that much of them. Like that should never happen.
All right, let me break this down. I have to break it down quickly so I know I walk away from here happy. Because I don't know if I've articulated myself properly.
Go.
I'm not happy with the MOBOs. I'm not. I can't turn it into a joke. I don't feel like turning it into a joke. I really don't. So I'm going to talk about from the start why they pissed me off up until now, why they've pissed me off. And if I'm wrong for it, fair enough. But I don't think I am. Because it's nothing to do with me really and truly. It's just the treatment of people that have come from nothing. First of all, black people in this country have come from fuck all. So if you start charging them to be at tables and all of this, it doesn't make any sense. Because if you know about music from black origin, it's struggle. We don't have nothing. So if there's any opportunity to celebrate what we got to do it. Because Lucas, they just gave you some fucking money. You would have got money from somewhere. Take it out of your own pocket and give the £60 for Chuckie to sit at the table. Why are you charging the brother? He's nominated. I think everyone that's nominated, especially if they haven't got a label or a major company behind them, them expenses should be paid. It should be fully paid for. If you have a massive marketing company behind you or a label, I fully understand why you're going to charge them. Charge the fuck out of Sony. Yeah. I don't give a shit. But you can't ask Chuckie to be Sony. That doesn't even begin to make sense to me. That's number one. Number two, in 2011, 2012, or whenever I flipping well went all the way to Scotland with a bag of people from Tottenham to watch Wretch win fuck all, is under the impression it was going to happen purely because Kanye King presented it that way. There's no other way I can frame it. She presented it in a way where we all believed Wretch would win. And he won nothing. But I'll tell you who did win. Jessie J. What? Bang, bang. That's not all fucking black music. She just got a soulful voice. If she sung the alphabet, you would think it's quite black. It doesn't mean that it's soulful music because you have a soulful voice. Right. I don't like them types of things. It's annoying for people to have that type of mentality. Ed Sheeran, I love the guy. The Don don't even need anyone when he's on stage. He can do a whole show by himself. But in front of Wretch at the time. Tinchy Strider just phoned me now. I'm saying to you, arguably, his worst year signed. Yeah. Not saying that's a bad thing, but arguably his worst year signed, which is some artists' best year. But Wretch got a 5, a 3, and a number 1. Number 1 album.
Tinch did have the same sort of problem though.
Irrespective, he won the MOBO. I'm talking about that night. For that night. Sharing awards. Now let me tell you something. I don't give a flying monkeys. I don't care how I just don't understand this. Listen, stop putting yourself under pressure to accommodate people. Start respecting people, respecting their craft. Don't just go, oh my God, we have to make a black woman win, or oh my God, we have to make a young black man. You don't have to do anything. What needs to happen is the person that deserves to win wins. If that's Little Sims, if that's whoever it is, give them the Nux, give them the award. But don't put yourself under pressure having multiple conversations because you're concerned at how you're going to be viewed. That's got nothing to do with the winner. The winner wins something on merit. I don't believe that was a joint award. I don't care what anybody says to me. No. I think you're trying to accommodate a situation. Do I care what I'm saying? Yes, because I believe in it wholeheartedly. And I'm not done. There's bare things I don't like about this stuff. Oh my God, can I also say, I spoke to Jordan today from Rizzle. I apologize, bro. But that same night that Rich won an award, you lot didn't win an award, but you got some massive presentation. Bare stuff was happening. There's bare stuff happening apart from the truth. I also spoke to you about how you tried to join rap and grime. And then 2 years later, when the resurgence of grime happens, you do this whole fucking thing in Jazz Cafe. We are speaking about we've always supported grime. But you tried to make grime an interracial fucking genre like 2-3 years before that.
Right.
Like, what the hell is this, bro? This is the music that you claim you care about. This is the music from our people. Our people, you're meant to be with us. I'm frustrated with Kanye King and I'm frustrated with the MOBOs because they're meant to be on our team. You are creating apartheid between black people. What the hell are you doing, bro? Like, what the hell is going on? Why the hell are artists outside before they've won an award? For hours. Why are some artists getting sent home? Integral members to this scene. Why?
Yeah,
why?
Mad. That's not even my story to tell, but that is a horrible one.
Brother?
To be nominated and then have to go home or have to bully your way in. You got to bully your way in do you know what? Sorry, I know you're going off on one, yeah? But the reason why it always becomes okay in the end is because no matter what the opinions people have of the award show, And I get it, because a lot of the time, everyone that's in there, they end up just meeting people that they get on well with, they've known for a long time or whatever, and it just feels good to see each other and whatnot.
Yeah, that's
at the
good.
At the end of it, all the pictures, all of the videos, and all of that stuff almost makes it seem okay, and it almost makes it seem like, yeah, it's a glossier version of what it actually is, when everyone almost has the same opinion, and everyone's smiling and that.
So
but
why-
everyone sort of feels the same.
Nah, don't say that, Chuckie.
Everyone sort of feels the same. And on top of that, yeah, and I remember I said this time ago on the podcast.
everyone's at age
Remember
with
when I
that.
said this before on the pod, yeah, years ago. I said, no matter what happens, no matter what the opinions are that people have of this award show, whether they are annoyed by it to the highest degree or just by the littlest degree or whatever, yeah, you're still gonna have a large amount of people within the scene ready to suck some dick for a ticket when it's time.
Oh,
when
I
it's
know
coming
that.
up.
I know
when
that.
it's coming up, mouth wide open, saliva strong, yeah, both hands ready to twist and turn on a knob.
This is what I will say. This is the reasons why I begin to hate history. Because this is what the MOBOs is creating. They're creating his story, or maybe her story, to be fair. I don't like it because in history, when there's a victory or a win, all we know is their story. So we just know the victor, which is usually associated with money and an agenda. And I just think the moment you're not letting certain people in, but you're prioritizing other situations, I would like to know, is it because of the money that they have and the money everyone else has? If so, what is the agenda? Are you trying to say now moving forward, unless you have a certain level of money or certain level of status within this situation, you can't be a part of music of black origin? What's going on here?
Well, a part of it is money, a part of it is notoriety, and a part of it is also
Recent bias.
like how much, recency bias, but also how much maybe someone likes you. You know, because there will be some people that will be there that maybe don't have that level of notoriety, or maybe even that level of money. But if they like you, they'll deal with you a certain way. And the thing is, look, in this life, those things happen. I get it and I understand that. But I think for what this is for what they go on like it's supposed to be, to not even pretend to do that, to not even pretend to do it for a week is nuts to me.
Oh, it even hit me even more. The MOBOs were stopped for a little while.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
There was no MOBOs for a little while.
Yeah.
And their comeback, they started embracing everything that was happening again. I remember Abra won an award, and grime was a big part of it.
Of course.
People were laughing on Twitter saying grime couldn't even get in yesterday. So what I'm saying to you is, you, man, are operating like the way the Brit Awards should operate. And if they operated like that, I get it. Because the Brit Awards is me watching EastEnders. I don't care how much black people I see. When you watch the Brit Awards, you realise we really are a minority, and you have to appreciate when you see Dave and them man doing their thing there. You got to go on, my brother, because
I'm telling you.
that is difficult to infiltrate into, and you've done it, and man, I proper appreciate you. But if you want to know the world that Dave's coming from, we should be able to watch the MOBOs and see the next person that can do that. But guess what? I don't.
No.
I watch the MOBOs and I see the MOBOs saying, we want to be as big as the Brits. And I'm like, sometimes in life, you just got to kind of accept that you're going to be what you're going to be. And be the best version of that. You can't be the Brits. Because the Brits is talking about the most popular music for a demographic of individuals that is 89%. And the MOBOs of music of black origin is always going to appeal to a smaller group of individuals. So why not make that group of individuals the happiest they can be? It's like you're trying to accommodate everybody. And I understand you're on television, you got to get certain numbers, so certain people have to host it. I get all of that. But there can still be equal treatment with the people that are nominated. There can still be equal treatment with artists, especially up and coming artists and so on and so forth. And most importantly, bruv, we can definitely start changing the way in which we treat individuals that maybe are not that important to you, because you don't know what that person becomes, bro. You have absolutely no clue. No clue. But you disrespect them. And I don't like that. Shout out Heady One as well. Shout out Heady One. It makes more sense, fam. Man's not into this. Heady One clearly is from a place of love. He's not into this ism and schism. It's either you love me or you don't. And MOBOs were playing that game with him. He said, I don't want nothing to do with this.
Yeah, yeah.
And
There's a few artists that are like that. Like some that just don't turn up. Some certain people that like work within the scene and they're just like, nah, man, they're done with it or whatnot. And all of that is fair enough. For me, you know what? Like, I need this to be super clear. All this was, more than anything, was a disruption of my peace. That's it. Being there, I did not, honestly, I did not. Do you know what I did? Yeah, afterwards, I went gym. I was going to link him.
Is
He
it?
was going to go Chinese, yeah, because he hit me and said, do you want to just go for a Chinese? And I was near Bush anyway, but I didn't. I ended up going gym.
Yeah.
I went home, I watched a documentary, I had an early night, and it was glorious. That's me. Look, let me tell you this, yeah. This is where I'm at in life
like
anyway.
it,
This is where I am anyway in life, yeah. You see, if there's a motive, right? Say there's a motive now, yeah. I get invited to the motive or whatnot. I turn up and I say to the security, yeah, I'm on the list. And they say, well, what's your name? And I say, I'm Chuckie. Yeah, you're not on the list, mate. Are you sure? Because, yeah, they told me that my name's on the list. Your name's not on the list. I'm not standing outside and doing the, but let me in. And, bro, I'll go to my yard. I'll find a doc to watch. I'll shout my brethren. I'll go to the gym. I'll do whatever. Bro, that's where I'm at. And I'm so cool with doing that. Because, you see, at the end of the day, do you know where I'm at on Friday at 1 o'clock? My home.
You're a nice person. I'm not on that. If you invite me out to something and I go there and there's confusion, it's going to be anarchy for everyone. Why should I be the only person in anarchy? I did not ask to come here. You've invited me. I am I'm a troubled you in my head. I know that. I know that. I've got trauma and loads of stuff. I'm aware of that. So just allow me in it. Like, I don't trouble nobody, but now you're going to invite me somewhere and then play with me outside like I'm some idiot. Cool. Security's going to end up being an idiot. I'm still going to end up getting in. I'm not going to or enjoy anything. I'm going to probably make it disruptive for people. And then I'm going to go home. And then you're going to go, Poet's such a problem. No, he's not. Poet is strict on principles and he's strict on respect. And if you show me respect, I will consistently show you respect until the day I die on Zion and Khalifa's life. But the moment you disrespect because of situations that got nothing to do with anything and can alter and change, they have nothing to do with principles.
This is why people enjoy watching us, because you know what it is, yeah? Me and you are the same, but we just deal with things differently, and it doesn't mean that either one of us is right or wrong.
No, I'm probably
because
wrong.
See, for me,
I'm probably wrong.
I see. No, you're not. You're not, because you're right. Like in regards to principles and respect, you're 100% right. Me, my thing is, I see it exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. All it means is that after I've done that, if I feel disrespected or whatever, I made a phone call and it just seems all iffy, I'm gone, and then you just can't get me back there again.
And I respect that.
You just can't get me there again.
You know what we start thinking?
Unless you're walking me in. Because I don't, do you know what it is? I just don't want my peace disrupted. I'm all right just being either at home or working or being my brethrens or whatever else. I'm all right with that. And it doesn't stop my dreams and aspirations. I know where I'm going. I know what we're doing. I know what we're trying to build here. I know, I just can see it.
But it's bigger than that for me though, Chuckie, because do you know what? No matter what, this whole community we have here, the moment man just goes, we're one, you don't want to fuck that person over because it fucks you over. Yeah. And people keep separating and creating hierarchy. I don't want any of that. I can understand if someone is a lot further or has more or what have you. It doesn't need to be presented in a way where someone could feel smaller. And so the moment you can't get into the MOBOs, I'm like, imagine if that was Billy.
Yeah, fact.
Imagine if that was Mimi. Imagine if that was because I can deal with it. I'm a little bit older, but imagine if it was one of the bro. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make so much noise. I'm gonna make sure that this doesn't happen moving forward. And if it means that I can't go no more and I can't do anything, I don't give a shit.
As long as it's all right with them.
As long as the people coming through can do their thing, because you can't keep fucking people over. It's been 11 years. You're still fucking people over. So as long as I've got a voice, as long as I can do my thing, I'm gonna keep telling you the MOBOs is a piece of shit, and no one can tell me anything. On God, no one can tell me anything until you fucking fix up. I'm telling you right now, I'm over that. I'm old, and if you keep disrespecting the younger group, they're gonna get over it very quickly. Do you know why? Because the Brits is calling a lot of man. Nella Rose is over there. Go on, Mimi will be over there soon. Shout out Nella. Dave's been over there.
Big up Nella.
There's people going over there, and if you want to keep people here, show them respect, Chuckie. Is that too much to ask, Chuckie?
Absolutely not. Do you know what is funny? Yeah, I remember saying to to Callum and saying to other people that I've worked with in regards to like filming and that, yeah, I don't know if I've said this to you, but I've always been like, don't wait until we have Drake here to pattern up. Don't do that. Treat it the same way that you would treat it if I had my next door neighbor here. Let's do it the same way.
How's it
Do it
taking?
the same way.
Yeah, for real, how's it taking Drake to come over here to
And
do
then
some
all
of
of
the
a
things
sudden it's
done?
patterned up. We got the mad lens now. You know, we got the mad lens. Everything's looking mad sharp. We got grading. We got nah.
I want that sorted now.
Right.
On merit. But them man are not about merit. And I understand they fight a different fight to people like myself. I don't have to compromise my brand. I don't have to compromise it too tough, to be honest with you. And I'm very happy about that. They might have to because they got trying to get on TV, all of that. Cool. Then you might have to change the name.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
You might have to change the name.
Do you know what the maddest thing is though? I think that they could actually do it, but still pretend that they care.
They can call it the KKA Awards.
No, bro.
I don't want
Stop that.
this.
Stop that.
Stop what? You got to stop from going. Bun them, bro.
Hey, no, stop that. But you know what? They
Don't
could
care,
bro. Compromise that and it still come from a place of they could still pretend to care.
Chuckie, it's been over a decade of disrespect.
I hear that, but you could do both. But that's why I'm here. You could do both.
Chuckie,
you could
do you know how
compromise
long
and still
10
pretend
years
that you
is-
care.
Chuckie, 10 years ago, half of these artists at the awards ceremony were sitting down at home thinking, how is this going to work? Half of the presenters were sitting down at home thinking, how is this going to work? Like, my G, you're creating false perceptions for these groups of people. So when they get there now, they view it based upon ignorance. I will wake you up and tell you it's bollocks. Not because I'm a bad person and because I want people to lose their jobs and all of that. It's because you're disrespecting one of the most incredible group of people in the whole fucking world. They're already marginalized as it is. You are meant to be part of us. Work with us, not against us. Don't have that crop of people that you're like, well, this is my crop of black people I'm going to work with. Well, when has that been a good idea? It's either you're for black people or you're not. Don't try and pretend that you are to get in what you want, get financial gain, create dreams in people's heads, only for them to wear their suit they're meant to wear at the MOBOs here.
Well, that pretending only comes to a point, and then when it gets to a next point, then everyone is cut off from that, and you only feel it if you are lesser. I think that's probably the thing that I have a big problem with. Me, you can do that to me. It's not a problem. You could do that to me. But you're right. What if it is Billy? What if it is Mimi? What if it is them? They will feel so much differently about that. And I think again, it just goes to, you know, for them, maybe I can't speak for them, but just, you know, hypothetically speaking, for them, they may hold that to a high degree. They may look at the MOBOs as a thing. They may have that on a pedestal.
And I'm not going to tell them not to do that. I'm going to tell them you keep that, but MOBOs fucking fix up.
Treat them
with
accordingly. And if you are nominating them, treat them the same as that. As I said, even if it's just for the day.
Treat them with some respect. As much as I say to certain artists, it's your fault that certain things happen because that's the way that you're going to end up learning that I have to sort it out. I don't get much joy from watching Hardy Caprio speak about how he's been disappointed by the industry. That doesn't fill me with joy and glee. No, it does. I don't get happy by that. So then when I see situations that could potentially, not saying Hardy Caprio situation isolating, I'm just saying situations in general where a MOBO Award situation could make you feel really, really less that you didn't get in or something like that. Especially if you bought fucking 7 tickets and you can't even get them. Like, cuz, you are going to start looking at other artists or other presenters and going, if I was them, I bet you would be treated like this. Like, why do you want to do that, MOBOs? Like, why?
I would hate, do you know what? I would hate, personally, to have an organization that is supposed to be of various aspects of culture and celebrating it, and then have anyone feeling though these people that are supposed to be a group of people that we're celebrating feel like, or potentially could feel inferior to a next because of the way that we treated them. I would hate that. Let me tell you something. If I found that out, honestly, I'm going into the office and everyone's remembering this day. Everyone's remembering this day. Why am I getting someone calling me out and saying this, that, and the fourth, and this, that, and this has been happening? Why? Like, what happened and why? Bro, this whole, we tried to email, like, that's dead, bro.
Come on,
this
man.
thumbs emoji, dead. 4:30 email, 60 quid, dead. Man outside 3 hours, can't get in, missus pregnant, Dead.
That's good.
Man going home.
Wait, what?
Man going home. Dead.
What?
Man going into the normal guest list when he's nominated. Dead. If you're not by the red carpet like this person and that, bro, do you know what is even more mad? I swear, yeah. But to be fair, I didn't look that hard, so I could be like, this could be misinformation here, yeah. But I saw more footage from people that were either presenting an award or outside of the nominees than I did the nominees. I didn't even see much of the nominees. I saw young Harry Pinero look smooth. Do you know what I mean? Nice suit and that.
Oh, you love to see the Harry looking
Yeah,
good
of
and the
course.
Phillies and the
Yeah,
Chunks
them man there.
and Henry was there happy.
Yeah,
Ramel
them man.
London.
Right.
I love all. Listen, you
But I didn't
lot.
even see much of them.
Do you know what?
I mean, obviously Chunks and Philly and that, obviously they were hosting the award and that, the award show, and I'm sure they did a very good job.
Yeah, I
Love them
didn't
guys.
even watch it like that. But do you know what? That's true as well. Yeah, they awards. I don't want to put it down too much. Shout out, Chunks
Yeah,
and
no,
Philly,
honourable shout out
hosting.
to them, and also I
Come
want to
on.
big up to Nux as well. Like,
Oh, yeah,
everyone knows here that for a long time I've just been screaming and shouting about Nux. So to see him having these moments and that is incredible for me as a fan of his.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Seeing him
100.
doing the like his tour and that. I went to his show earlier on in the year. Also seeing him win an award and whatnot. Like, I know that I would have been happy for him. Like, I know obviously I don't want to taint it or whatnot. Just give him the award then. Like, the sharing of the award is like, you celebrate it, and I want him to celebrate it, and I hope that everyone sees it that way. But it's like, I just hope that he and his team don't feel in their heart a little bit like, you know what I mean? It's like some half-hearted thing or whatever.
Right, they have
you
the
deserve.
information though. As much you're saying how they will feel, Chuckie. The sad thing is, I promise you, when you're that close to the fire, you're probably gonna see why people are getting burnt.
Yeah, but
I'm
big up,
telling you.
big up to him. Big up to Nella as well.
Shout out.
Yeah, honourable shout out to Nella. She's just a real good soul. And
She's a
I know
proper
that
good
she's,
person,
yeah, real good soul. She's easy to vibes with. I remember one time, the first time I met her, I ended up being with her for time. We ended up going to the Whiz Kid show. Imagine that. I wasn't even planning on going. I'm with her now. We're just vibes and whatnot. We had a little job. It was a Miss Banks video shoot, but I was doing something for Amazon.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm going to my yard. She said, no, you're not. I said, I'm going home. She said, no, you're not. We're going to Whiz Kid. I said, I don't even have a ticket. She said, we'll get you one. I said, oh, all right then, all right, cool.
Nella,
Listen,
man.
me and Nella was out there just backstage, vibe, walking around, just figuring out what's going on or whatever. Yeah, man, it was wicked. We had a really, really good time together, man. Big up to Nella.
Oh, man. And shout out all the people that went and had a good time at Mo.
yeah, man.
I can't lie to you, Chuckie. It
And had
does
a good
fill me
time with
joy.
each other.
Yes.
You get what I'm
when
saying?
I see them, all the
I like
pictures,
that.
it gasses me. I'm like,
Right.
yeah. I see
See,
Billy in
we-
a tracksuit and
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see Rimsey with this man
Yes.
vibing and, you know what I mean?
That's
I love
what I
that.
love.
Put on a, you know what I mean? And bust the, I love that.
Do
See
you know how
man
much
with
I
the
love that?
watches and stuff like that. Yeah, man, celebrate that.
But all I'm asking for is because you know they'll give you the vibe, they'll give you the moments. I want you to give them the respect, and that's all I'm asking. I don't even ask it from many other award ceremonies. There's no point. But the MOBOs and the rated stays giving respect.
Of course.
The MOBOs could learn a little bit from the rated awards.
100%.
Furthermore, why don't we just scrap the MOBOs and just deal with rated? That's what I think will be the best thing moving forward.
Yeah.
As bad as it sounds. Or at least, maybe you should employ the people in the rated team to come and help you improve the standards at MOBOs, because I'm beginning to not even see the purpose of having two right now.
This might be ignorance as well, but they got one job, my brother. One job. Just put on an award show like one time in the year. You literally have, okay, let's just say now, the award show's just done, everyone's gonna be on a break and whatnot, yeah? You got from January the 7th, all the way up until, November, to plan the smoothness of however many nominees you're going to have and people that you've got there and that. Of course, I understand that things can happen on the day, but you got one.
And you know
And
what?
to have to have, it's one thing to have people on the guest list that are going through whatever it is that they're going through, but to have nominees, bro, is an absolute stinker. And I'm so okay with not going. It's not a problem for me whatsoever. But it's bigger than me. It's more about them. It's more about, you know, some of the younger talent and that are coming through and whatever. You know, you just don't want to keep putting yourself in a predicament where not only one, that you have this bad reputation as you do, even though everyone does seem to smile and it doesn't look like that. Trust me when I tell you, everyone either laughs or has a bad thing to, not everyone, but a lot of people. They'll say, you know what, yeah, I had a good time or whatnot, but that reputation is still within it. It's just the MOBOs. One, that is just not a vibe to have. Nope. And two, it's like, yo, man, come on, bro.
Brother,
Come on.
You're saying to me, am I asking a lot? Chuckie, anyone that's done a job for 25 years and still can't do it efficiently, you must understand my frustration. 25 years doing one thing and you still can't get it right, and you think I should be happy? I know you didn't get it wrong when Destiny's Child and Jay-Z were there. I didn't see no problems then. No. But right now we're seeming to get problems, and it doesn't.
We say Novalist did it. Yeah, man.
What
Come on, my brother.
Dude, man.
Yeah,
grab that jacket. Put that jacket over there, please. Stuff. Thank you, my bro.
Sit next to
What one?
Nah, I'm dead, man.
Yo, go on, man.
I'm blessed.
I didn't articulate myself well this way. Like, I spoke to you. I'm furious, man.
What's that? What happened?
We spoke this morning, innit?
Oh, is it? Oh, you just coming right at the end of it, bro. But
We saying you lot been going berserk.
What?
just telling the truth. I just told my truth,
What's your truth?
bro. My truth is that I was nominated for an award. Nobody ended up getting back to me. So the outfit that I'm wearing that I was supposed to wear on Wednesday, I'm wearing now.
Oh, this guy's a shout. Bro, when I come in here,
Yeah!
I was gonna say to you, hey, bro, you're looking kind of crisp, though. It's like, what's
Cold,
the,
isn't it?
Is
Yeah,
this the
man.
new thing? Like, is this
You
how
know
I'm
what I
doing
mean?
it?
I wore a fur jacket. Let man know. I would have done it. It was on a Thursday.
Man said upper echelon for no
Right,
reason.
come on, man. That's how it's
Yeah.
supposed to be. But no one, you know what I mean? They didn't get back to me.
But I'm not gonna lie to you, cuz in 014 when I was nominated, I didn't get a ticket.
Didn't you?
No, bro.
Oh, so it's been happening for a while.
Yeah, a minute, bro. I went there. I kind of flames them up on Twitter. I was like, yo, I'm outside, let me in. Like, the fans was creasing.
Did you get it in the end?
Yeah, I got in, but by then I had missed.
The majority of the thing.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's the year that I think Skeppy won.
Right.
Yeah, I think Skepta won in 2014. Yeah, he did. But
Fucking heck.
yeah, that was annoying. So I know that there's some kind of, like, whoever their arrangement team is, ain't patterned. Because how can you have a man who's nominated and they're not catered for?
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't make
It doesn't make no sense.
It's
That's
what
like
Chuckie
the-
was saying though. It's like there is a hierarchy.
That is like barrel bottom level practice. That's dead.
That's
What I
essentially that's what I was saying. Literally, I was just saying, yeah, that there shouldn't be, if you're nominated, there shouldn't be a hierarchy in who gets the better respect. Like, it shouldn't be that. It should be, even if it's just for that moment, everyone that is nominated should be treated with a certain amount of respect. And you also got to understand this as well, which I didn't mention before, yeah, is that for some people that are nominated, they would have been experienced with award shows. They would have done red carpet a million times or whatever. And that for them might not even be that much. It might be more for their team because it's like, you know what, you're going to be seen by the press and this, that and the fourth and whatever else, yeah. But there'll be some people that have not had that before and they would want that part of that experience. Like, you know what, oh, sick, like I get to get nominated and I get to go on a red carpet. I get, like, people, the press get to take pictures of me. I get to be a part of all of that type of stuff. But again, in the hierarchy of respect, some get that and some don't, but you're nominated. It doesn't make no sense to me.
There's no common regard.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what I don't like about these kind of things in general. Like, people might think I'm a bit anti, but I'm not anti. I'm about respect. And where there's a lack of respect, especially when it comes to giving people their due accolades, to me, more often than not, I don't want to even be a part of anything because I don't like being disrespected for no reason. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel, you get what I'm saying, bro?
It seems like that's the whole theme of this whole thing. It's just a lack of respect.
That's all it is, bro. Because, bruv, without the people, then there's no MOBOs.
Right.
I'm telling you, we're all singing from the same book. Do you know why? We have the same principles. We didn't even go to the same school.
All right.
And I want our people to do good in whatever awards the man them decide to put on, whether it's MOBOs, rated, anything that comes, like, is rooted in our culture,
Guap Gala, all of it.
I want it to do good.
Right.
But there has to be a standard.
Right.
And if that standard's not there, man, I want to take part in that, fam. Because I've been to bare different awards where man was regarded accordingly.
Right.
So it's like, how is it when it comes to man's own people's thing? It's like, and this ain't me dissing no one, but I'm just saying, like, these complaints or these feelings that individuals have, they don't come from nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And to want them articulated in a particular way, sorry, this is struggle, this is pain. And I keep going back to Kanye King. You cannot be from the same place as the people that are complaining. You can't be. Otherwise, you would understand. You would hear the tone and recognize it. You would listen to what they say, recognize and be like, yeah, do you know what? You seem to be alien to all of that. And it's almost like you must have come from or you're just so used to such a privileged lifestyle, you don't even understand that type of struggle anymore.
Or maybe not enough people say anything about it. And so maybe it doesn't reach the top, so to speak.
I think that's the
That's
main
sad.
thing.
That's sad then.
Because, you know, like, the workers will hear it.
Is
The,
it?
the chances are that the people that dealt with me a certain way would have will hear this. She may not hear it unless people, you know, and I don't know. I'm not sure. And I wouldn't expect she's a big woman. I wouldn't necessarily expect her to hear the pod, so to speak. But that's a problem.
She knows, bro.
That's a problem.
She know. The killer is, if my phone can phone so much times before flipping 1 p.m. off the back of them tweets.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, I know she's seen it, brother. I know she's seen it. She's at me on Twitter before saying,
I think it's just as well. It's like making sure that you do your best to create a culture of people that do the right thing.
Thank
and
you.
it's difficult. It's difficult to do that, but it's very important. You know, I've said this to him before. I could easily see, this is not me saying this, that whether she's done this or not. I could easily see how, like, someone who is older and that is from a different generation is a part of doing something that involves a lot of young people is a little bit attached or detached from what specifically is what. So it would employ people to delegate that and also to tell you on what essentially they need to do. You hear Russell Simmons do that. Russell Simmons used to always say, I just employ people that are smarter than me. But if this is not the thing that keeps going on, then one, of course, Kanye King has to hold the brunt of it because it's the culture that you essentially have of people working for you. Something needs to be done. You know what I mean? But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, yeah, she definitely should hold that. But it's like a lot of them that work there are like, get to just hide in the shadows. And obviously we'll just go there, rightly so. But wait, you're delegated to do a certain type of job though, as well. Do you know what I mean? We can go there and flames up the people on the door and say, right, how comes our names is not there and whatever. Essentially, they're just being given a sheet of paper. But they were given a sheet of paper from this person who was doing this job. Now, the person who's on the door, we flames them up because ultimately they're dealing with the brunt of our frustration in that moment. But it wasn't them. It was this person.
Yeah.
You was employed to do that. And you're and you know what? In some way, it's even worse because if you are being employed from a place of delegating culture with care, and you got the job from doing that, which means that you probably said all of the nice things that you need to say and done all of the nice things that you needed to do in the beginning, only for you to do that, for me, is even worse to me, bro.
Well, this is put it like this. Here's my stance on all of these things, and it's all to do with integrity in business. You see, like, when you do something that relies on the people and relies on the culture of the people, so that is the creatives that even make this thing possible, and then the fans, you have to have that at the top of the priority list. Now, I'm sure that there would have been plenty of conversations about making sure that everything's right with the sponsors, making sure that everything's right with the food and drink on the night,
security,
making sure that everything's right with the security, making sure that everything's right with the venue, with the production and whatnot. But to me, before any of that, what has to be patterned and has to be kosher is making sure that the talent are catered for correctly. Not just some, like what you said. The newcomers, man who's been in this thing for a minute, anyone who you've put their name to this thing happening, is just as much a part of it as anyone else. So you got to make sure, and I don't know how long they have to premeditate and plan these things, but I think, look, it's all well and good you're charging people tickets for them to come and whatnot. That's part of the business module, I understand that. You know, money for Mecca and whatnot, sponsors money for Mecca and whatnot. But...
That's a bar, by the way.
No, it is a bar. It's a serious bar.
I like that. Take that.
But are the people them who this is off of the back of the what we're supposed to be celebrating, are they even happy and are they even patterned? Because if not every one of them's patterned, then are they really being awarded? Do you get what I'm saying?
I just think the whole thing, what I don't like is misconceptions, especially on what Chuckie called last week, Tell Lies Vision. I just want it to stop.
Tell Lies Vision, you
just
know?
let's stop it, man.
Such a Rasta man thing to say.
Proper, innit?
Tell Lies Vision.
You know the thing, man. I just don't, man, I just hate misconceptions. I hate not knowing what a situation is, and I hate it even more when it's from the group of people that we represent.
Thing. Not knowing what the situation is.
I don't know what it is.
Getting there and being baffled. Have I been regarded correctly this time? Because I still got PTSD for the first time I got nominated. You know what I'm saying? I know PTSD's on this.
No, man. But I hear you, though. I'm
all thinking, raw. Am I gonna get buzzed again?
You don't even want to bring like your missus or something if you have one at the time, because you don't want to get embarrassed.
And when I got there, my table was virtually empty, and I sat there thinking, I would have happily brought my people that wanted to celebrate with, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because this is supposed to be a moment for man, but the way the thing was discombobulated, it just, to me, was
disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
You just got to say it like that. And the thing is, once you open the door of disrespect, I think you're leading a response that you have to kind of accept to a certain extent.
You have to be super integral. When it comes to things of this nature, you have to like really be considerate on a major level. And when I say considerate, I mean consider all factors.
Right.
Don't consider the things that are going to make the night flow in your favour or going to just work for the brand. You got to make sure that people even want to come back to this thing. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm not going to put no one on blast, but it's a few man who's personally said to me, I don't even feel like coming back to this thing.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? And to me, that's a shame, because to me, the foundation crux of what this whole thing is about is celebrating the people. Then, you get what I'm saying? So we wanna have something to look forward to, you know. So I'm not really on this tearing down any organisation thing. I'm more about solution based thinking. And my answer to this particular issue that's been raised by multiple people would be just be a lot more considerate and integral to the cause, which is celebrating the art. So make sure that the art is celebrated throughout the night, especially.
Right.
That's all it is.
No, when Jesse J wins, bro.
Man can't be turning up and not have no ticket patterned or
mad.
Man's getting like big artists getting, bro. There's names getting turned away at the door.
My friend phoned me, said to me, Paul, if I told you who's walking away after not getting in, I can't believe what's going on. I said, who? When they told me, I said, I'm going home. Do you know where I was? Home. This is what's so... It's a joke, man. It's a joke.
Wait, you said you was going home when you was at home?
Yeah,
This guy's a joke.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And it's just, do you know what it is? Now that you've explained what you said, and I'm thinking a lot about the things Chuckie said before, overall, it's not anger, it's not anything. It is disappointment. It's actual, genuine disappointment.
The reason why it's not anger is because, like, from what you said, bro, like, sometimes I think even amongst people that know me might think that I'm anti. It's not that I'm anti. I just, like, for me, I just always protected my peace.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with BS.
So I don't want to deal with all of that. So for that, I'm okay with just going and doing what I'm doing and going back into my space and just chilling out. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's like, now I'm looking at it from a point of, one, my peace is being disrupted, and two, I can handle that. Huh?
Because don't include man in the first place.
And that's fine.
That's
Big
fine.
man, you know, bro, I'll kick back and watch it and celebrate from my yard whoever I know's won and whoever I rate, and I'm cool with that. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm fine with that. Disrupting man's peace is mental, but then also, it's more like, I can handle that. That's because, as I said to you, being there is not a problem. But there's some youths out there that, like, look at this thing and hold it to a super high regard, and it means something to them.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything to me, but it means something to them.
Chuckie, they're
And
smart.
so- huh?
They're smart. They do it so we can talk about it. They do it so you can put it in your Instagram and promote it.
No,
They do it so we can promote
No.
it.
The smart part is if
Yeah,
you're gonna say
why
it
not?
that.
If I nominate you, are you not going to say I'm nominated?
That's what I
Are
was
you not
gonna
going to
say.
tell everyone?
Yeah, that's it.
You're promoting the thing.
No,
and then guess
no,
what?
but
We don't have to give you a ticket. You're going to give us free PR. You're going to come on your show, say I'm nominated. All of that's going to happen. And guess what? On the night, you got to pay £70.
But pre this now.
This is mad.
Pre this. Yeah.
And you've done all that PR for free. How about we invoice you, Mobos? How about we invoice you? How about everybody invoices you for doing all of that promo for your award ceremony that didn't get
you know
in?
what? You know what I like about Poet? Poet talks how I think. But I'm the way I was raised in a war zone. I'm extremely diplomatic. I'm like a lieutenant at this point with this shit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm diplomatic, but it doesn't mean I don't have my own thoughts and feelings.
Well, I'm exactly the same. I think Poet would probably say that too. I'm very diplomatic.
Proper.
Yeah, and my thing is like, look, like you hit the nail on the head. You got everyone doing promo. You got everyone posting the orange picture. You know what I'm saying? And do you know what I mean? Like,
And now our objective has been met. That's why I know you lot said that you're not
and
anti.
that's what it feels
I'm
like.
anti.
That's what it feels.
That's what it feels like, because I'm not in me being diplomatic.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna directly say what someone's intention is, but I'm saying even if that's not your intention,
That's what it feels
you're
like.
reaping the benefits off of all this promo that the nominees are giving the organisation. So all man want in return is the right regard.
But no, do you know what I wouldn't even...
Because I can't lie here. You know what an Instagram post from me costs.
Yeah, straight.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, man ain't even penny in that. It's alright, cool, I've been include man properly though. And
But imagine it's not. This is what
don't try charging man as well.
I have to be anti to them because they've done it for 25 years.
That's fine.
If it was 25 minutes, if it was 25 hours, dog, if it was 25 weeks, I would be like, we all need time to grow. But 25 blood clot years doing this thing, and you can tell me from 2014,
No, the same thing
you couldn't
happened.
get in. Chuckie couldn't get in the other day. Man are not getting awards in 20. Brother, this is such a mess. Forget the diplomatic thing from my side. Forget that I'm not anti. I am anti-disrespect, and that applies to every
that's it.
single
Yeah,
thing
that's
on
cool.
planet Earth.
that's
And the
it.
moment you disrespect, you are with everything that's disrespected. And I can't even speak about you nicely. I can't, because as far as I'm concerned, respect is a two-way street. So if you want to be on this street, show some respect. Lead with respect.
Yeah, Hondo.
But if you're not leading with respect, then why in a dog? It is what it is. It has to be what it is. I'll save all my love and respect for people that love me. And that's not one of them, brother.
On a go where the love is.
Yeah, man,
Oh,
on a Rasta man
100%.
thing. Bandan Babylon.